But in spite of that, this is the most amazing time. Now, back to energy. There are these energies that are available. And tied in with this, and this is a phenomena that's pretty much unique to those going through the intense awakening process, the later stages of awakening. The other important factor, and this is a paradigm shift. That sounds so cliche-ish, Calder. Could you come up with a... This is a real big change in the way things are going. You're used to working for things, struggling for things, efforting for things. I've talked to you before about goals and plans. Let them go. Let them go. You cannot goal yourself into enlightenment. You cannot. You cannot. You can have your little daily plans, I guess, to make sure the regular, mundane human things are taken care of. But enlightenment cannot be a goal at all. You're used to struggling for things. And it's been that way, not just in this lifetime, but many. And from my perspective, it is harsh. It is colorless. It is a very strange way of doing things, suffering your way into whatever it is. Now, with the opening of these 21 caverns that hold the energy, and I'm Shaumbra, this isn't just a metaphor, it is very real. These energies I'm talking about aren't for somebody else, they're for you. And there's been so much confusion in the last month, I'm actually quite surprised. People not knowing what to do. It's so easy. What happens in the real shift for you, not necessarily for the rest of the planet, but for you, something that Tobias talked about a long time ago. And you're going to resist it. You're going to think about it too much. You're going to do everything other than just let it happen until the point you get tired of some more suffering and struggling. But the concept is very simple. Henceforth, it comes to you. Real simple. Henceforth, it comes to you. Years ago, Tobias gave the example. You get on a bicycle. The typical way of doing things, you get on the bicycle, and then you start pedaling. And you start sweating a little bit, you start breathing heavier, and you ride through the landscape. You ride down the streets, up the hills, through the village, or wherever else along the river. You're pedaling, you're exerting, and the landscape is going by you. That is duality, that is old, and it doesn't need to exist that way anymore. Now, you get on the bike, and you just sit there. You do not pedal. You do not move. Even the bicycle really doesn't have to do anything, and the landscape moves. You are stationary. The landscape moves. Now, the nice thing about this is that you don't have to do anything other than receive, and you're really bad at receiving. Scale 1 to 10, you get about a 0.5 for your ability to receive, truly. And if that were not so, I do not make this up, and I'm not just saying it to insult you. If that were not so, we wouldn't be having the discussion, and we wouldn't be in situations that are a little embarrassing. I'm getting people mad at me again today, but we wouldn't be having these discussions. You're not so good at receiving. This concept, very, very real concept, it comes to you. You get on that old bike, or new bike. You get on that bike, and you just sit back. It all comes to you. It's not linear. It's not like going down the road anymore where the landscape just starts moving while you're just sitting here. It's not linear. The exact perfect thing comes to you. Perfect, not based on what God thinks is perfect, because God really doesn't care, or some other being or anything else. Perfect for you, by you. And it comes to you. Don't blink. Don't doubt, is what I'm saying. Don't blink. Let it happen. Let it come to you. This is the new energy. This is also the way these crystal caverns work. They're simply, they attract, they store, they distribute energy. That's all. That energy is going out right now as we talk. But you're still riding your bike down the road trying to find something, God knows what. Enlightenment, happiness, joy, a new car, a relationship, or sex for one night. I don't know. But now it is. Take a deep breath. You get on that bike and it comes to you. It comes to you. Whatever you need. Huge volumes of energy. But energy that will manifest in a variety of different things. Health, perhaps. Some of you are still going through health issues. Energy is there to clear out the body. Abundance, money. Let's dissolve the monetary system because it actually is all an illusion anyway. Your credit cards, your money, your cash and everything. It really is. We're going to be working on a new system of energy abundance. It doesn't, Calder and Linda's really arguing about this. Yeah, ultimately it'll put some dollars in your pocket so you can play the game. But the real abundance is at a much more pure and real level, much more pure. So you'll bring it in on this non-monetary level and then let it come in and make a lot of cash, put it in your pocket. You come to the point I ask you to come to the point where you never have to worry about money again. You don't have to balance your bank accounts or worry about if a shirt is $5 or $500. It doesn't matter. It's inconsequential. It is stupid. It's not enlightenment. It's not. What you pay for a shirt or your milk or anything like that, it's not about enlightenment. That's so old. So back to the point. There is a tremendous amount of energy. You got that? You understand that? It's in 21 caves. Pretty simple stuff. It's crystals. It's really pretty, a lot of colors. You're not going to go take the crystals. They are a mechanism for attracting appropriate energy, storing energy, distributing energy. That's what they're here for. They're very pretty, but that's number one. It's here. There's a lot of other energy as well. You've been working with it, but this is the new stuff. Secondly, it comes to you. That's going to be your bigger challenge. Most of you, you're still a little tentative about this whole cave crystal thing, like not sure. And when we talked last month about it, it basically said, make it for yourself, nobody else, whatever you're choosing. Don't be afraid of it, but don't limit it to little things like I need $1,000 to fix a car, buy a computer, or anything else. That's so minuscule. Let that energy come in big. Most of you are still very confused. I'm not sure what to do about it, you say. You're scratching your head. You're thinking, well, I'll pay bills with it. Awakening people don't have bills. They don't. No, I'm serious. They don't have bills. Bills are a debt accumulation, an energy deficit. A master does not have that. Does not have that. They don't have debt. It just, they are. Goes back to that premise. I exist. Did I say I exist in debt? Did I exist in stupidity? No, I exist. I exist. That's all that matters. So here's what we're coming to. It comes to you, and that's going to be a tough one. A particularly tough one following last month where I talked about mass abundance for you, mass energy. Now we're going to put the two together so you really be confused. It comes to you. We're going to do a mirab. I'm going to ask John, I didn't give him any advance warning, but ask John play some of the nice music, the polite music that was played during the break for those listening online. And remember, awakening is not polite. It is not. It is not. It's brutal. But it's fun. So we're going to do a mirab. Lights down, please. This is a mirab. A mirab is a shift of consciousness. This is a big one because it is about, can you let it come to you? For today's mirab, we're going to use this whole example of these 21 crystal caverns, ready to beam energy to you. It's going to come to you, my dear friends. You're not going to go to it. Recently, I took a group, small group, to these caverns just to feel them and experience them. Told them not to touch. Just wanted them to feel what it was like in one of the caverns. Today, we're not going to go there. Today, it's about you letting it come to you. Part of you is going to resist this because this is not the way your reality system has been up to now. Part of you is going to be wondering if you can do it right or if it's real. Part of you is going to fall asleep because you're really tired. What we're doing here is this mirab of letting energies come to you now. You're sitting on the bike, stationary. By the way, this is natural. This is the way things work. In their most natural state of being, having to effort, struggle, work hard, limit yourself, that's unnatural. The natural way is allowing everything to come to you. So take a deep breath and feel into these energies of the illuminated free world bank. These are your energies. They're here for you. They're here for you. The question is, will you receive them? Now, stay where you are. Don't go off to these caves, but stay where you are. Feel for a moment into what you call your heart, your essence. This thing I talked about today, your I am. The I exists. Feel into that for a moment. I exist. When you can get down to this core level, I exist. How amazing. And the energies come to you. When you're off scurrying around, when you're off searching for something, the energies really can't come to you. But when you're in such a place of trust, such a place of awareness, the energies can come to you. And there are tremendous energies, my dear friends. Not just on a first-come basis, not just 44 points for answering the best question. The energies are available to all of you. There is no supervisor at the door. There's no judge determining how much you're worth. It's you, just you, and these energies. And they come to you. They come to you. That's why they're here. It's going to be quite a shift of, well, you could say patterns, to let things come to you. You're still going to want to jump in there with some of the old ways, manipulation, control, overmanagement, planning, and limitations. Still going to be the tendency to do that. The challenge, the beauty, is letting it come to you. When your mind's going to jump in and say, what's it? How much is there? What does it look like? What does it do? This is where you take a deep breath and you get back into that simple, I am, I exist. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what color it is. Doesn't matter what vehicle or pathway it takes to get to you. It just comes. There's only one thing that is going to prevent it. It's you. You've been familiar with patterns of whether it's illness, lack, loathing, discomfort, not being present in this reality, whatever it is, you've been used to those patterns. The real challenge is going to be, can you let it come? Full on. Full on. Or are you going to try to stop some of it, all of it? Yeah, but just a little bit at a time. I'm not quite worthy enough yet. It's totally up to you. It's your game. It's your game show. Doesn't matter. But there's energy. It's here right now. It's here for you. It comes to you. You're going to want to start defining it. You're going to get into your brain and start defining. Don't, or at least try to avoid it. Let it just come to you. Go beyond thinking in terms of, well, does it mean a new job? Does it mean winning the lottery or anything like that? Go beyond that. Keep it pure. From the I am to the I receive. I am, therefore I receive. Without question, without limit, without controls or management systems, I receive. You're used to searching for things. In this shift, you don't have to, it comes to you. Oh, you're going to feel a bit uncomfortable with it, saying, but, I have to do something. No, just let it come to you. Just let it come to you. Sets the mind on fire. The mind thinks, well, no, so I have to do something. No, you just take a deep breath. Let it come to you. That's all you have to do. You don't even have to think in terms of if it's a new car, a new house, any of that. It just comes to you. It's going to be so simple. So simple that for a split moment, you're going to think that you didn't work hard enough to earn it. You're going to feel a little guilty. You're going to want to have a way of measuring how much you give yourself. Don't. Take a deep breath. Let it come to you. Unrestricted. You earned it already. You did. You earned it by all these lessons that you've gone through. And by the way, let's be done with any lessons now. Let's be done with all lessons. You've earned it because of your, what you would call your diligence or your commitment to yourself and your awakening. That's why it's there. The energies come in now, they come to you because finally you've brought them from the other realms. You have brought them, not me. This illuminated free world bank is not mine, it's yours. That's why you don't see the name Saint Germain in it. It's yours. You brought it here. You finally broke that barrier that kept these energies off in the other realms. You finally said, it's time to receive. And that's why you're brought into these caverns, stored in these beautiful crystals, the likes of which you've never seen before, and now they're ready for distribution, ready for you. Can you let it come to you? Not go searching for it. Can you let it come to you? Easily, gracefully. Take a deep breath. It comes. it comes. Don't think in terms of paying a bill. Don't think in terms of just a small human need. Let that energy flow in. Don't wrestle with it. Don't wonder if you're doing it right or wrong. Just let it come to you. It's that simple. I exist, therefore energies are here. It's that simple. I am, therefore it is. It's that simple. My dear Shambra, sometimes I wonder how you do it. Sometimes it's so colorless, so harsh, so gray in the world that you've been playing in, the reality where you've been dreaming. It's amazing how your body is even held up at times. You've been struggling for it, going off trying to find it somewhere. Now just let it come to you. Let it come to you. Universe, cosmos are filled with energies. They're absolutely filled with energies. The energies were put there, made there, from your passion. Your passion to know thyself, to know thy God within, to, as you would say, return home. But what you find is home comes to you. Yes, home comes to you. It comes to you. So you could say there is such an abundance of energy that you created from your passion, your desire to know home, to be home. That's why these energies come into the 21 crystal caves now. It's not a fairy tale, it's very real. That's why you finally allowed these energies to break through this invisible ceiling, kept them away from you. Now they're here. Now I ask you once again, can you allow these to come to you in your life? Unlimited. No rules or guidelines. Feel, if you would please, feel it come to you. Filling you, filling your life. Filling you. Let it come to you. Flowing into you. Flowing into you. Take a deep breath. I want you to consider this for a moment. What is grace? What is grace? We played our little game show today. I had a lot of answers from Shambra about different things. So now I ask you the question, what is grace? Nice word. Got to be one of those polite words, I guess. Not a bad word. Grace. You are sitting here up the front as one of the game show contestants. What would your answer be about grace? Grace. I'll tell you what my answer is. Grace is the ability to receive, period. That's the definition of grace. Master allows the energies to serve them. That's grace. Without questioning how much or when. Do I deserve it? Are there others in need? No. You don't ask those questions. That's out of grace. Grace. Grace is receiving energies. Without question, without doubt. Grace. The Master allows energies to serve him without question. Without question. Period. That's grace. Pure, simple, beautiful. These energies are here. They'll come to you if you allow them. They'll come to you if you stop playing the show, the game, the illusion. They'll come right now if you're in grace. So the question is, can you receive? Will you receive? Will you receive? Without question. Why do I hear so many questions? Grace is receiving. Period. That's it. Let's take a deep breath. Let's have the lights back up. In our next gathering, we're going to continue with the discussion of these energies. We're going to talk more about how it comes to you. You'll have plenty of opportunity in this next month to let energies come to you, to let a new reality come to you, to receive it, to be in grace with it. So let's take a deep breath. Now let's get back to our game show featuring Artemis Saint-Germain. And the reason we play game show today, the wrap up of this whole thing, was, my dear friends, if your life was a game show, a talk show, would you even want to listen to it? Probably not. So please change the gameplay, change the show. Let's take a good deep breath as we bring this gathering of Shaumbra to a conclusion. A good deep breath in that grace of knowing that all is well in